Well, it is time for another round of the Formula One World Championship in 2025. This is the second race of 16. We completed round one, but not how we wanted to complete round one last week in Canada after some lightning have affected that circuit. We got 4 full points. Charles Leclerc was able to win that rain-shortened race for the first time in Formula One history. And now we're here in Spain at the circuit, the LAWSON of Catalonia. 66 laps, 16 turns, 2 DRS zones, 346 kilometers an hour, 29.64 meters is the elevation change. We are going to look at the tires now. It is going to be softs, medium, hards. C3 is the softs, C2 is the mediums, C1 are the hards. We won't be using intermediates today or the heavy rain tires because no threat of rain is in the area. But it's time to start round 2. Here is the starting grid for the Spanish Grand Prix. And right at the back is going to be Gabriel Bortoleto along with Alex Albon, 20th and 19th for the Sauber and the Williams. But a big shock, his first time ever, Max Verstappen, the reigning champion, out in Q1 with Isaac Hadjar, along with Fernando Alonso. Carlos Sainz was able to go through to Q2 but couldn't make it to Q3 for the Williams. Nico Hülkenberg in the Sauber for 14th, and Pierre Gasly for the Alpine team, 13th for the Instone. The two Hasses of Oliver Behrman and Esteban Ocon will lock out that row. Then it's Jack Doohan in the top 10 with Lance Stroll in the Aston Martin. Stroll once again out-qualifying Fernando Alonso. Then it's Yuki Tsunoda making it to Q3 this season with George Russell from Mercedes who make it to Q3. Liam Lawson in the Mercedes and the Red Bull for 6th. Lando Norris 5th for McLaren. Then it's Kimi Antonelli in the second Mercedes, out-qualifying his teammate with Oscar Piastri in the McLaren. And just like last week, it's the Ferraries of Lewis Hamilton and Charles Leclerc locking out the front row for the Spanish Grand Prix. A beautiful day here in Spain with Ferrari locking out the front row. You can see the Drivers' Championship. It's Leclerc who leads it over Lewis Hamilton and Liam Lawson, with Ferrari retaining their lead in the constructors. But it is now time to go racing here in 2025, 10 laps around Catalonia, and it's lights out and away we go. Charles Leclerc gets a fantastic start. Lewis Hamilton is Ferrari is not going to allow. Here comes Yuki Tsunoda to beat them in a P2 now. Yuki Tsunoda goes into turn 1. Charles Leclerc now leads from Tsunoda, then Hamilton, Kimi Antonelli in the 4th, Oscar Piastri in P5. But what a start by the World Championship leader. He leads the championship. He is now hoping he can dethrone Max Verstappen, as Max Verstappen has gained a few places. But now, Max Verstappen, remember that poor qualifying session? He didn't have the pace at all. He said the Red Bull was slow, and it looks like it's going to be slow again. But it's Charles Leclerc from Tsunoda, then Hamilton, Antonelli, Oscar Piastri. Then it's Liam Lawson, who went from 4th to, he went from 3rd to, actually he went from 6th to 10th into the hairpin section of the racetrack now. Charles Leclerc has drained that battery. We've only completed lap 1 out of 10. And now we still come into this part of the racetrack, the little chicane section. But you can see Charles Leclerc is going to be up and over the curbing. But we see a lot of drivers, some on soft. Hamilton and Tsunoda on hards. Antonelli on the mediums. Oscar Piastri is on the soft tires. And now DRS is enabled, but Charles Leclerc don't have to worry about that because Yuki Tsunoda is about 2.4 seconds back. And now let's listen in to some of Max Verstappen's radio.
These tires are already vibrating like a flat spotted for 300 meters.
We'll monitor those vibrations, Max, and yeah, we'll call you in if we start to get a little bit too concerned.
What a trick, mate. I can't even see where I'm going, so much vibration.
Understood, Max. Well, if it's a safety concern for you, we're happy to box.
I'll just visit the dentist after the weekend. Yeah, it's impossible to drive, mate.
Wow, only 2 laps into the race and Max Verstappen is already complaining about those tires. And those are his qualifying tires that he just started on from yesterday when he was out in Q1, and he really hasn't made any progress. Only one progress he made was only P17, while his championship may be a huge concern for him. He may be getting a lot of pressure for the title this year with Charles Leclerc, who has now about a 1.2-second lead with an unbelievable drive for Yuki Tsunoda, who started basically P9. Basically P9 for Yuki Tsunoda. That's where he started on the Grand Prix. And then Kimi Antonelli, P4. Oscar Piastri, 5th. Lando Norris really hasn't made any progress in the McLaren, but the most progress so far, who hasn't made any, was Max Verstappen complaining about those tires. As Charles Leclerc, remember, he started last week's race on the softs. He's doing it again. Now, 2.5 seconds between Charles Leclerc and Yuki Tsunoda. Oh, 2 seconds.
GP, what's going on?
Overtake it, mate. Just overtake it.
No, last weekend I was in front, now he's in front. Come on, man.
Max, overtake it, mate.
No, it's discipline.
Well, Max Verstappen still does not seem very, very happy. You just heard the radio. I think they are referring to overtake Fernando Alonso. But I think Max Verstappen doesn't want to overtake Alonso because he just doesn't have that car where he can contend at the moment. I mean, it is round 2 out of 16. We've only got now about 14 more Grand Prix to go after this round. But Max Verstappen and that Red Bull team have got to get it together if they want to reclinch the Constructors' Championship, and if Max Verstappen wants to go on to win a 5th world title. But at the moment, it's Charles Leclerc who is leading the championship, still ahead of Yuki Tsunoda by 9/10 of a second. Tsunoda's got that gap down. Hamilton 1.5 seconds back. But Yuki Tsunoda has cut the gap down because Charles Leclerc hasn't used the energy. And the pits now comes Liam Lawson. Liam Lawson comes in the pits. I think he may have had front wing damage. I think he might have hit someone. Or I think he's just coming in front. Yep, it's just a set of tires. It's Liam Lawson putting on a new, fresh set of medium tires. So now Liam Lawson, out of the points, will go on some medium tires. But now, who else will be coming into the pits? And sounds like Hamilton will be coming to the pits. Yuki Tsunoda trying to go for it on the outside. Yuki Tsunoda was trying to go for it on the outside.
Box, 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 box.
And Lewis Hamilton will be boxing this lap by his race engineer. And guess who brought with him? Pete Bonington. Pete Bonington has come with Lewis Hamilton to Ferrari. So we will be hearing Hamilton for sure. So it's great to have Hamilton and Bono working together once again at Ferrari. But Hamilton now will be pitting from second place as he got around Yuki Tsunoda. Kimi Antonelli has Ricardo. Carlos Sainz old race engineer from last year. But now here comes Hamilton to the pits. Who else will he bring in? Russell stays out. Piastri, Lance Stroll, and Yuki Tsunoda. Kimi Antonelli is into the pits. And it looks like it's just only those two that will be boxing this lap. Alonso comes into the pit stop. And a few others staying out. A few are coming in. Charles Leclerc, will he be boxing this lap or will he be staying out? Will Yuki Tsunoda box to stay out? Stroll, will he stay out or be boxing? We have only got 8 more laps to go here in Spain. Lap 5 out of 10. So far we have had no safety car in this race. We really thought we would see a safety car, but you still can never count out a safety car. You can see Charles Leclerc has re-energized his battery. He could use it, but he still has about now a 2.4 second lead over Yuki Tsunoda. And you can see the speed that he goes through hard into the braking zone, into the little tight hairpin section. And you can see how you can just see look at those tires. I mean, they are just completely yellow on little graphics. You can see he uses brake and throttle at the same time. Now he comes into the chicane. Oh, he makes a mistake. And Charles Leclerc made a mistake. And he's boxing this lap. He knew he made a mistake. He's like, I gotta get off of these tires. So now Charles Leclerc is coming in to the pits. What tires is going on? He's going to the hard compound tires. But now, what can Ferrari do? They have messed up their pit stops before with some slow and not great ones. And it's going to be a perfect stop. Oh, it's the McLaren. I think of Oscar Piastri came right in as he and Charles Leclerc nearly came together. Sainz is coming into the pits. Russell's also in the pits. Verstappen, Albon stay up, but what a close call between Oscar Piastri and Charles Leclerc. Charles Leclerc comes out in 10th ahead of Oscar Piastri and George Russell, but more importantly, he comes out ahead of his teammate of Lewis Hamilton on his off. Kimi Antonelli, the rookie, in 12th. Then Alex Albon and Max Verstappen in his Red Bull. Liam Lawson has only gained a couple of spots in these pit stops. Are Red Bull going to fail to score points since 2022? I mean, it's been nearly 2 years since they last failed to score points. And that was Bahrain. Max Verstappen's last DNF was 2022 at the Australian Grand Prix. Hasn't DNF'd, and he's been leading the World Championship for 1,029 days. That streak came into an end last week when now Charles Leclerc was able to dethrone him in the World Championship. But now, here comes Yuki Tsunoda into the pits. Lando Norris in the pits, who finished 3rd in the Drivers' Championship. And Hamilton and Charles Leclerc as well plays Nico Hulkenberg. Comes in, Alex Albon comes in, contact between Kimi Antonelli and Charles Leclerc. Antonelli has now got front wing damage with the contact from Charles Leclerc. How much damage did it cause to the back of the Ferrari? And now Charles Leclerc up to 9th, Antonelli to 10th, Nico Hulkenberg is falling, coming over. Yuki Tsunoda will slide him behind Charles Leclerc. They make contact. Oh, now Max Verstappen, P5, he has not been so far happy with that Red Bull, as those tires have seemed to be going some more.
You want to repeat it again? This fucking tire is dead.
And yeah, you can hear again Max Verstappen saying that those tires are dead. And he's gonna have to box this up if he wants, to try to get back in the points. But I just don't see him into the points. What has happened to Red Bull, one of the domination teams from 2022, 2023, and half of 2024? They seem to have some sort of problem with the Red Bull. And if they don't somehow figure it out, then they will basically be out of championship contention. And we could probably see Ferrari be dominating this whole season unless Mercedes or McLaren somehow come in. Gasly pits, Hill pits, and then I believe we'll have a few more that will be boxing. Who else will be coming in for Pierre Gasly? Yuki Tsunoda behind Charles Leclerc, Gasly box. I think we saw, I believe, one of the Alpines, and then the Alpine of Gasly. Stroll passes Yuki Tsunoda, or Stroll came into the pits. Antonelli back up to 6th, and still Yuki Tsunoda 5th. Max Verstappen up to 2nd, but leading the race is Esteban Ocon in the Haas with the Haas. This will be the first time they've actually led a lap in a season, as Charles Leclerc right behind his teammate of Lewis Hamilton. Hamilton looking for his first win since basically last year's Belgian Grand Prix when George Russell was disqualified. But you can see those tires of Charles Leclerc, they are green, which means those tires will make it to the end. As you can see, he has drained the battery once again. And you can see of the percent, 0% full. As you can see, he went full on the brakes, half on throttle, which means to you that he's using at least full throttle, and on the brakes, he's using a lot of brakes. Esteban Ocon comes into the pits. Max Verstappen into the pit.
No, it's not working. No, it's not fucking working.
And it sounds like Max Verstappen's pit limiter is not working. So, did he come in too fast in the pits? If he did, that is going to be a 5-second time penalty for Max Verstappen. But look who's coming. That's Charles Leclerc with 2 laps to go remaining here in Spain. And Max Verstappen has got a 5-second time penalty for speeding in the pit lane. Max Verstappen's race has gone from bad to worse. Unbelievable. The reigning world champion has had a 5-second time penalty for speeding in the pit lane. Unbelievable. Max Verstappen will not be on the points. And look at the Drivers' Championship. Charles Leclerc and Lewis Hamilton are tied for the championship. Oscar Piastri's 26th back. And Racing Bulls move into second place behind Ferrari. As the tables have turned at both Drivers' and Constructors' Championships. Unbelievable. Hamilton still leads coming to the final lap of the Spanish Grand Prix. He has won this race so many times. And now the final lap is going to be out for Lewis Hamilton, as he's got his teammate Charles Leclerc right behind him. Hamilton 1.2 seconds clear of Charles Leclerc. Leclerc is only about 1.7 clear, but look at the gap Leclerc was able to make up on Lewis Hamilton. The championship leader trying to close the gap on Lewis Hamilton. He's only about 7/10 behind Lewis Hamilton. Yuki Tsunoda is going to get that for RB for the Racing Bull driver, or for the Racing Bull team. And then Andrea Camilleri fourth as Charles Leclerc went wide. Lance Stroll will pick up 5th, his highest start, or his highest finish in Formula 1 ever. Or just his highest finish ever in Formula 1 so far this season. And now, Lewis Hamilton. He made the move to Ferrari. Mercedes knew that they didn't have the car. Whatever happened, Mercedes chose Lewis Hamilton to move on, to move from the Brackley team, to move to the Maranello, the most famous team that have won 15 Drivers' Championships, the team that has won 17 Constructors' Championships, and they have a 7-time world champion with them. Lewis Hamilton comes through turn 16, and Lewis Hamilton wins the Spanish Grand Prix for a ninth time here in Formula 1. Charles Leclerc second, and Yuki Tsunoda, his best finish, third. And it's back-to-back weeks. Ferrari 1-2. Last week it was Charles Leclerc first, Lewis Hamilton second. This time around it's Lewis Hamilton first, Charles Leclerc second, and Yuki Tsunoda for the Racing Bulls pick up third, with Andrea Kimi Antonelli fourth. Lance Stroll finishes fifth. Oliver Bramman, his best finish is sixth. Oscar Piastri seventh. Lando Norris eighth. A tough day for the Brackley-based team of McLaren. Then Hadjar 9th after starting 19th. Then George Russell 10th. And Red Bull failed to score points with Lawson and Max Verstappen doing 12th. Gasly, Ocon, Fernando Alonso, Max Verstappen only 16th. And now the Drivers' Championship, it's Charles Leclerc who leads it over Hamilton. Oscar Piastri was in the third, with Max Verstappen still scoring 0 points, while Ferrari hold on to the Constructors' lead. And that is it. That concludes this week's Formula 1 action here in Spain. We'll see you for round 3 in a few days' time. We'll see you soon. Goodbye.